Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about some LEC news. Now, this isn't breaking news. This happened a couple of days ago. I can actually see here. This happened April 8th. So about a week ago, this happened at this point. But this is the first kind of official move of the offseason for the West. There have been, a couple rumors. There's been maybe a few things happening, but I think this is the actual first acquisition, or at least rumored acquisition, or confirmed or whatever, of a player joining a new LEC or LCS team. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is that. And the reason why I didn't report on this right away is that this news is regarding Astralis. And hey, Astralis, when I see some Astralis news, I still want to talk about it. I'd like to report on everything, but it doesn't go to the highest, priority for me. And I don't think it goes to the highest priority for you guys either. But I do hope you still appreciate me getting the news out to you. Hopefully you guys still do give this video a chance. And as always, I will do my best to make an Astralis video interesting. But Astralis, they're making some moves, so we're going to talk about that today. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out the Patreon. First link in the description below, where I am uploading all of my videos, or most of my videos, to first, and then they get scheduled to go out on YouTube, throughout the week. So if you want to see more of my content, or more of my content sooner, really be staying up to date on the latest, then hey, help support the channel and my content over on Patreon. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, this news, again, it's Astralis, so it's already kind of boring, not super exciting, but it also frustrated me. When I first read it, it also made me pretty mad. And I'm still mad, and I'm still going to share my thoughts and opinions, but also I didn't want to just start recording right away and overreact or say something stupid or, flame too hard or anything like that. But here, first, rewind a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, Astralis announced that they were going to be making two changes to their starting lineup headed into the summer split. They announced that White Knight was going to be leaving the organization. They were kicking him, getting rid of him, whatever. So they were going to need a new top laner. And they announced that Promise Q was going to be leaving the organization as well. So they were going to need a new support. Now, that was kind of weird because, White Knight was pretty good last year. He wasn't that great this year, so that's not super surprising. White Knight was one of the weaker top laners in the league. But the Promise Q stuff was like, why are you replacing him now? Why didn't you replace him in the offseason? Why didn't you replace him ever before? Like, why after this spring split? Like, was he way worse this spring split than ever before? Like, not really. And they just put out all those tweets of like, hey, Promise Q is still on our roster, and stuff like that. So it was just kind of weird to me and a lot of people that now would be the time to replace him. But yes, they announced, they're going to be looking for a new top laner and a new support. And I think in a vacuum, most people would agree that those were probably good decisions. So, White Knight, not that great. And he's honestly kind of older as well in terms of, League of Legends players. It's not like he's super young, probably not going to progress that much in the future. And then Promise Q, hey, he's also one of the worst supports in the LEC. Also, not super young, not super inexperienced, probably not getting that much better. Why not go young when ERLs are so stacked? Why not go young? Why not build for the future? So, people were hoping that that's what Astralis was going to do. But here is the new news we got from LEC Wooloo last week, where he said, sources, Astralis have signed Vizichachi as the new top laner for the LEC. Vizichachi played for Gamers Origin in the LFL, the spring split, and finished top 8 at Worlds with Splice in 2019. We're talking 3 years ago at this point. I want to pull up Vizichachi's age real quick. I meant to look this up before, but I want to say he's one of the older pros as well. Yes, here I can show you guys this. Keep in mind, Vizichachi right here is 28 years old. So yeah, that's why I was just frustrated. That's why I've been annoyed. This is such a weird pickup, such dumb news. What is the change of going from White Knight to Vizichachi? Is Vizichachi probably better than White Knight? Probably. Is he a significant talent upgrade over White Knight? No, I don't think so. White Knight was pretty damn good in 2021, especially for Astralis standards. It's not like he was like one of the best top laners in the league, but there was definitely a lot of games last year where he was Astralis' best player. Now, again, he He didn't do that great in spring. I could see why they would replace him. But is Vizicachi at this stage in his career going to come in and be way, way, way consistently better than White Knight? Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make a difference if that's even the case. Astralis is a team that's going to be competing in the bottom half of the LEC again. They're going to finish, 10th place at worst and 8th at best? Maybe 7th, but 7th would be kind of crazy. Probably 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere in there. They need to be building for the future. Again, the ERLs are stacked. The ERLs are an amazing pipeline of talent that the European ecosystem has. And this is something that North America just doesn't have. I'm so jealous of the ERL system. So many players getting to play, competitive League of Legends year round, getting to play a ton of games, getting a ton of great practice. The fans love it. The players love it. They're getting everything you could possibly want. Yet, and yes, Vizicachi is coming from the ERLs, whatever, but this is so weird to me. But here is the article that, Wooloo put out. This is Broik Seeger. This is LEC Wooloo, his IRL name. Astralis have signed Vizicachi to their League of Legends roster. The move follows the news that they are parting ways with White Knight. They also announced similar change for support. Vizicachi is a familiar face for LEC fans. He played for teams such as Unicorns of Love, Schalke, Splice, 2019 Worlds. They reached top 8, and then he announced his retirement. Then eventually he came back. He played at Worlds in 2021 with Peace as a sub. And then in 2022, he's played on Gamers Origin in the LFL. In the LFL is probably the best ERL, the French league. They managed to reach the playoffs after a difficult start to the spring, and then they lost in the first round against BDS Academy 1-3. Through the upcoming summer split, Vizicachi will be transferred to Astralis in the LEC. It is unknown yet who will replace him in Gamers Origin. Before signing Vizicachi, Astralis had considered several top laners from different ERLs, many of which had previous LEC experience. So, kind of weird on two fronts there. One, they did consider other ERL top laners. But on the other hand, he does say many of which had previous LEC experience. Why are they only trying to talk to top laners that have LEC experience? Why are they not going after somebody young? Why are they not going after a project? Why are they not going after a prospect? Somebody who is young and could potentially develop into the future. Now, obviously, Astralis is overall a pretty incompetent organization. Pretty terrible management. They do a lot of weird, stupid stuff pretty much all the time. I can't imagine that they're paying a general manager to put these rosters together. That's crazy. They've been one of the worst teams in the league for a couple of years now. And part of the reason is money. They don't have a lot of money, or they just won't spend a lot of money for whatever reason. I don't know. And it's also possible that some of the top, and I know that's what people kind of joked here in the comments, hey, well, they offered $25K for Maxi, Askarinen, and Rux. These are some of Fnatic TQ's players. So, the joke is hey, even ERL players won't come to Astralis because Astralis doesn't want to pay. And those ERL players, a lot of times they're hey, we don't want to go play for Astralis. Astralis sucks. They're going to put us in a position to fail. They're not going to put us in a position to succeed. That's going to hurt our career going to Astralis, looking bad, finishing last place in the LEC, and then nobody's going to want us. So Astralis, I get it. They are in a hard spot because they don't have a lot of money to spend, and it's hard for them to bring talent in. But I have to imagine there is some player, younger or less experienced or with a higher ceiling or whatever, that would be willing to come to Astralis for cheap, that would make way more sense for this roster than Vizicachi. Now, hey, you can't go all young, you can't go all rookies. You do need some veterans, and veterans are good for teaching younger players and building them up and all this stuff. And hey, I'm all for that. So I really hope, they still have another open position on the roster. They still have the support position. I hope they go young, but it's not like this Astralis team doesn't have some players with some experience. It's not like they don't have any veterans. It's not like they absolutely needed a veteran to play with 4 babies or something. They didn't need to do this. This is super weird. This is super stupid. This is super frustrating that Astralis keeps sucking and then keeps doing more and more weird shit every single offseason. The LEC and the LCS both, this has been a major issue with franchising. I was a huge proponent of franchising when the idea was thrown around, but man, now that I've seen it in implementation over the last couple of years, I think franchising has really been a disaster. You have teams like Astralis squatting on their LEC spot, doing weird random shit, not making the league more competitive or better, not making the LEC and its teams and its franchises more money, really not doing anything except sitting on their LEC spot and cashing in off that. And it's frustrating and it's annoying that the LEC does not have the 10 best European organizations in it. The LCS does not have the 10 best North American organizations in it. Astralis is not a top 10 organization. There's much better run and better financed teams in the ERLs, and I wish that they were in the LEC, and I wish Astralis wasn't. Also, really weird. You know, Astralis had like a AMA on their Discord or something, and somebody said, so you qualifying for Worlds next split, and Dehor, their mid laner, said, that's the minimum goal. And like, okay, well, you need to make some different goals then. That's not happening. I don't know. This team just frustrates me so much. And I thought it was interesting that they were replacing White Knight and Promise Q. And, you know, I'm not shocked that they're messing it up, but I thought they might get something right. I thought they might bring in some good, interesting prospects, but they didn't. And it's just dumb. Just dumb LEC news. Just stupid. I don't know. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this Astralis news. Do you like the Vizicachi pickup? Do you hate it? I don't know. Anything in between. Who do you think they should get for top lane support? Anyone? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Check out the Patreon. Hopefully I catch you guys soon. Peace.